Hi, I'm Matt, the designer of Dungeon Solitaire Labyrinth of Souls, and now Dungeon Solitaire Devil's Playground, which is a standalone game and expansion for Labyrinth of Souls and a couple other games as well in this book. And today we're going to be playing Devil's Playground, the standalone game, and I'm just going to focus on talking about the game flow and game mechanics, help people get up to speed on the rules. I have my hit point counter here and dungeon areas here, and cards are already shuffled. I have no idea what the game will hold, so we'll just play it out and see what happens. Turn one is an obstacle. 7 of black shields. I need to get 7 or higher in order to beat the obstacle. For an obstacle, you have one chance. You can play one action to see if you can get by it. 10 of black shields, so I overcome the obstacle and am able to move deeper into the dungeon. Turn 2. A demon appears. The Dominion. So, this is my chance to expose a demon. I wait for an encounter card to appear, and then I'm going to need to win the encounter to expose it. The Goblin Market appears before the encounter, so I've actually encountered the Goblin Market. I could purchase things if I had any treasure, but I don't, so play another card. Okay, the encounter is 5 of black shields, another obstacle. I need to get 5 or higher to overcome the obstacle and expose the demon that's in the turn. Play the 9 of black shields, the demon is exposed. There is no other treasure. Stack the cards, mark the turn. Go deeper into the dungeon. Turn 3. The Grace of Kindness. Move that immediately into my hand. The Sin of Lust. So that's a diabolism encounter. We treat it as a monster, but it allows us the opportunity to defeat a demon. Once a demon has been exposed in the Doom track, if we beat a diabolism, one demon is defeated. So, but any exposed demon does add a +1 bonus to diabolism. So, although lust is face value of 6, I'm going to have to beat, actually I have a, I have a Grace in the hand which nullifies that bonus. So I actually have to meet or beat her 6. Play the Abomination, it's an 11, so I defeat the diabolism, I defeat one demon, I move that into my hand. No other treasure. Turn 4. A Minor Misfortune. Should be easy to escape, and it is. Reserve's Pull has a 6. It appears after the encounter. It's just an action card, but I can collect treasure. And the red shields are treasure if you win the turn. Turn 5. Another obstacle. It's just a 4, so I'll play an action. I overcome the obstacle and I'm able to move past it and collect red shields as treasure. This marks the turn, and I move on to turn 6. Compassion. Another Grace appears. Move that into my hand automatically. Now I have 2 Graces and 1 demon. Major Misfortune. So, let's see. I could take a lot of damage from that. I could play one of my Graces and overcome it. And I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to play Grace. Automatically beats the encounter. I survive the misfortune, and this Grace marks the turn. I delve deeper to turn 7. The Hellgate has a face value of 11. It's a wicked door. I can play one action card to overcome it. I could play a grace to defeat it, but now I only have one grace in my hand. I'm going to play an action. The Sin of Oblivion. It doesn't beat it, but it's 10, so that means I only need to discard one card, and it is the 4 of red shields. That goes into my discard pile. No treasure there. Move deeper into the dungeon. Now on to turn 8. Mog's Sword. So it appears before the encounter. That means I've actually discovered Mog's Sword, but I'll need to win the encounter in order to claim it. 7 of red shields. It's a misfortune. And I am going to... I could play Compassion, but there's only 3 graces in the deck, and I've already played one. I'm going to play an action. 6 of black shields does not beat it. I take 1 damage, and I cannot collect treasure. And I am 8 turns in without a supply cache. And I'm gonna play one more. Yeah. Rage, the Sin of Rage. It's a diabolism, so it's a monster. I'm gonna play an action. 6, take 2 damage. Could drop treasure and run, but I'm gonna play another action. Aha! 9, Dungeon Plague. So I don't get the plague because it's after the encounter, but 9 beats Rage, so I've defeated the monster, the diabolism, and I collect treasure. This marks the turn, and I am gonna turn around and see if I can get out of here. I'm a little worried I went too deep. So let's see. The portal. All right. So it appears before the counter. So I've actually discovered the portal, which means that I can delve into any of these previously played turns and loot them for treasure, played graces, and so on. I did play a grace, but I think there's only 1 card there, so I can't really loot it. There has to be more than 1 card. Now I don't remember what was where. I think there was treasure in here, so I'm going to go for this one. And, yeah, I get 7 of red shields as treasure, and Mog's Sword is mine. And I'm going to put that into my assets here, and it grants +1 versus diabolisms. Okay. So I still don't have an encounter on this turn. Ace of Shields, that's the supply cache. So, need to win the turn to claim it, but that will allow me to extend my stay in the dungeon. And Malhak's Tome, the unique magic item. Again, it's before the encounter, so I've got to beat the encounter to collect it. We still don't have an encounter. The Diabolical Machine. I think this is the scariest card in the deck. Anyway. It is a wicked trap, the worst of all traps, and has a face value of 11. And with all of those magic items in play, I am going to play Compassion on it and not risk losing all that stuff. So play that. Beats the Diabolical Machine. Collect Malhak's Tome into my hand. It gets +1 versus all encounters, and I collect the supply cache. Passion's play. These guys get stacked. Oh, I do get to collect the Diabolical Machine as well. That is a big load of treasure. Okay. Still retreating. 2 black shields is an obstacle. Should be an easier one to get past though. I play the Sin of Greed, and that beats it with a 5 plus Malhak's Tome, so easily defeats, gets by that obstacle. Further retreating from the dungeon, another demon appears. So this is my chance to expose another demon. Let's find out what's here. Uh-oh, this is bad. Very bad. The Curse of the Dark Star. And it's before the encounter, so it means I am cursed. While I'm cursed by the Dark Star, I am unable to expose or defeat any demons, which means it's going to be hard to expose this demon. And in order to get rid of the curse, I need to play a Grace, and I have already played them to defeat the Diabolical Machine, so I'm in a bit of a jam. And the encounter is the 9 of red shields. I've got +1 for Malhak's Tome. It's a major misfortune. Let's find out what happens. Ooh. Play Arrogance to 4. With Malhak's Tome gives me 5. But I'm going to take damage from it for sure. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I have 2 hit points left. Not good. Take damage from the misfortune. That's it. I can't expose anything. I can't collect treasure. And I move on, hoping to get out of the dungeon. Grace. Equanimity. I think that's the 3rd Grace. So that goes into my hand. If I can play it, I can cure myself of the Dark Star. 8 of red shields. And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and play this and collect that as treasure. And cures me of the curse. And continue out. Full armor. It's before the encounter, so I've discovered a magical suit of armor. I need to beat the encounter though, and it is an obstacle. And 8 of black shields. So I've got +1 here. And yep, I'm gonna have to play an action. Aha! Despair. But it beats the obstacle, so I'm able to get past the obstacle. That goes down, and I collect full armor into my hand. I immediately gain 2 hit points. And I've got 4 cards left. I'm going to need to play the supply cache, but let's see if we can get through one more turn. Vengeance. It's a monstrous diabolism. We've got +2 versus it, plus damage reduction for our armor. Play a 3, 4, 5. That would give us 2 damage, but since we have armor, we take no damage. And 3, again, no damage. And I have 1 card left, which means I need to play supply cache. Play that on the turn. And let's collect cards. So when the supply cache is played, on any turn that has more than 1 card, I get to collect all of these previously played cards, leaving the top card only. That's got 2. So I'll leave in the top card. And my discard pile. These cards get shuffled, put on the bottom of the deck, and play continues. And I'm thinking I get points for supply cache? I forgot the rules of my own game here. Let's see. Supply cache. Do I get hit points? Yes, when played, immediately add 2 hit points if you are not at full. That's what I thought. So I'm up to 7 hit points, which is really 6, but I've got armor. I'm well set. Plenty of cards to get out of the dungeon. Just need to survive against vengeance. Oh, a demon. The power appears on the turn. So I can expose this demon since the Dark Star has been cured of that. But we still need to beat this vengeance. So let's play another card. Greed, which is a 5. With my bonus, that equals vengeance, so I've beaten it, which means that this demon is exposed. This treasure is collected, and the supply cache is played, so all these cards get turned down to mark the turn. And we're 2 turns from escaping from the dungeon. Uh-oh. Despair. It's a diabolism. Face value of 9. It has a demonic bonus from the demon in the doom track here, so it's actually a 10. But do I have any graces? No, I do not. So I've got a meter beat of 10, but I've got +2 from my magic items here. Ha! Dungeon Plague. It's a 9, 10, 11. So that beats the diabolism, which means I have defeated another demon. Move that into my hand. And let's see, that turn is over. Last turn here. Abomination. Yeah, so I could drop treasure and run out of here, but I'm so powerful at this point. I got armor, I've got a magic sword, I've got a magic book. That I'm just going to fight this beast and do it in. I've got enough cards to do it. So 9, 10, 11. That beats it, doesn't it? Yeah, 9, 10, 11. Ha! Defeat the abomination. No treasure though. It's just a horrible beast guarding the exit of the dungeon. And but I am able to defeat it and get out alive. Survived the dungeon. And let's see, I've got a lot of treasure. This was a good game. Each unique magic item is worth 10 points, so that's 30. Demons are worth 20 points, so that's 50, 60, 70. And let's see. These guys are all worth face values. That's 80, 90, 100, 105, 111, and 122. High scoring game, lots of treasure, and 2 demons. So we were 1 demon shy away from winning the game, but 2 demons and 122 points. Ain't bad. That's Dungeon Solitaire Devil's Playground.